Module Overview. Module 5 of this course delves into the advanced mechanics of rendering landscapes, focusing particularly on realistic texture development, visual depth, and the integration of man-made and natural elements into cohesive compositions. It emphasizes the technical drawing and aesthetic rendering of terrains, skies, foliage, and architectural elements within landscape scenes using various mediums such as graphite, charcoal, ink, colored pencil, and mixed media. This module trains you in understanding spatial composition, environmental storytelling, seasonal atmospheric effects, and how surface textures and light interactions create compelling visual narratives in landscape art. Special attention is given to depicting ground elements, rocks, soil, grass, vegetation, trees, shrubs, fields, sky elements, clouds, light and celestial bodies, and architectural components, ruins, homes, towers, etc., enabling you to achieve rich, believable sceneries. 1. Atmospheric perspective and landscape depth. One of the essential tools in the landscape artist's toolbox is atmospheric, aerial perspective, the way distance affects visibility and color clarity. Foreground, high detail, strong contrast, darker values. Middle ground, moderate contrast, some soft edges. Background, lightest values, desaturated tones, minimal detail. Techniques, gradual value transitions from dark to light to suggest depth. Layered elements using overlapping planes to create spatial separation. Reducing edge contrast in distant objects. Use of scale diminution, objects further away appear smaller. Practice. Draw a 3-zone landscape using only tonal values. 2. Rendering natural textures. A. Foliage and trees. Rendering believable trees and foliage requires understanding their structure and texture behavior. Tree anatomy, trunk, limbs, branching logic, leaf clusters. Texture techniques, dry brushing for bark and rough edges, stippling for leaves and bushes, scribble massing for dense foliage, negative drawing to preserve light in leaf areas, light logic on foliage domes, top-lit, side-lit, backlit. Study, compare tropical versus temperate foliage, evergreen versus deciduous. B. Grass and ground cover. Directional strokes for different types. Meadow grass versus wild grass. Randomization for realism. Layering blades with varied pressure and angle. Contrasting long grasses with low soil texture. C. Rock and earth textures. Hard-edged forms with high tonal contrast. Use of contour hatching to express volume. Cracks, erosion, moss, and shadows for realism. 3. Drawing the sky, clouds, and atmospheric effects. A. Cloud types and construction. Cumulus, puffy, bright top, flat bottom, rendered with rounded forms and soft transitions. Cirrus, wispy, feather-like, requires light, swift strokes. Stratus, flat layers, smooth blended tonal planes. Clouds are shaped by wind, perspective, and weather. Sky tonal gradients differ by time of day and atmospheric conditions. Dawn, warm hues, horizontal lighting. Noon, bright, flat values with few gradients. Sunset, strong chromatic shifts and dramatic contrast. Night, fewer clouds, stronger contrast from moon or stars. Techniques, circular blending for softness. Use of erasers to lift light into cloud shapes. Dark to light gradient rendering using powdered graphite or cross-hatching. 4. Architecture within landscapes. Introducing man-made structures into landscapes adds narrative complexity. Perspective alignment. Buildings must match the vanishing points of the natural horizon. Roof lines, columns, windows must follow linear perspective rules. Texture integration, weathered walls, old stone, rusted metal. Use of value hierarchy to balance against trees and hills. Overgrowth, vines, moss, broken edges for realism. Architectural features, covered, rural cottages, ruins and abandoned buildings, windmills, barns and towers, bridges and pathways. Exercise, blend a ruined archway into a forest path with distant mountains. 5. Mood, symbolism and narrative in landscape. Great landscape drawings evoke emotion, atmosphere, or story. Use of composition to lead the viewer's eye, S-curve paths, diagonals, focal lighting. Symbolism through objects, dead trees for isolation, calm lakes for peace, fog for mystery. Mood through lighting, harsh midday versus soft twilight. Balance and asymmetry to maintain interest without monotony. Case studies, romanticism in Casper, David Friedrich's compositions. Tonal subtlety in George Inness's Moody Skies. Drama and architecture in Piranesi's Ruins. Assignment. Create an emotionally evocative landscape with a symbolic element, e.g., alone. Practice assignments. Create a tonal landscape with 3 spatial zones, foreground, midground, and background. Render 3 types of trees using different texture techniques. Create a stormy sky scene with dramatic clouds using charcoal. Integrate a crumbling tower into a grassy hillside. Draw a landscape that tells a story using at least 3 symbolic elements.